Hello dear students, welcome to the lab session on VLSI design. Today's lab is about layout design and simulation of half adder using microvin tool. In this lab, half adder shall be designed using NAND gates only. For this purpose, first the stick diagram and layout of 2-input NAND gate shall be completed on microvin tool. Then this layout shall be imported for multiple NAND gates in order to complete the layout of half adder. And finally, post layout simulation and timing extraction shall be performed. So let's start. This is the standard CMOS design of a 2-input NAND gate. Here we have a couple of PMOS transistors which are in parallel in the pull-up network and two NMOS transistors which are connected in series and make up the pull down network. Now the stick diagram of this NAND gate is completed as follows. First we make two sticks that correspond to VDD and ground supply rails, and blue color represents the metal 1 layer. Next a bigger rectangle is created that represents an N-well, and after that we create two P plus diffusion regions that are represented in brown color. Then the sticks for polysilicon are created in red color, and each stick crosses its P plus diffusion. And as we have already discussed, whenever a poly crosses a diffusion region, it makes up our transistor. So here we have two PMOS transistors. Now following the schematic, we create two metal sticks which connect the source terminal of each transistor to the VDD supply, and this X represents a metal 1 to P diffusion contacts. Since the drain terminal of PMOS transistors are connected to each other in the schematic, so we can merge them in the stick diagram as shown here to save the silicon area. Also an N plus diffusion region is created with two polysilicon sticks. This corresponds to two NMOS transistors. And since on the schematic both NMOS transistors have one terminal common, so we merge them together in the stick diagram in the same manner as we did for the PMOS transistors. Now we connect the source terminal of this NMOS transistor to the ground rail and using the stick for metal 1 layer and placing the contact over here. In the next step, the polysilicon gates of both PMOS transistors are extended according to their connection on the schematic and labeled as inputs A and B. Finally, the output node, which is taken from the common drain terminal of both PMOS transistors, and it is extended towards the drain terminal of this NMOS transistor, and this is labeled as the output Y. So this completes the stick diagram of a NAND gate. Now let's make its layout on the microvin tool. After opening the microvin tool, let's select the technology file. Go to file menu, select foundry and select CMOS 90N.RUL. This corresponds to 90 nanometer technology. Now let's create two metal rails. Select metal 1 from here, and this black screen represents the lambda grid, and you can see from here that one small rectangle corresponds to a size of 1 lambda by 1 lambda, which is on 90 nanometer technology. 1 lambda is equal to 0.050 micrometer or 50 nanometer. So create a metal 1 rail for VDD. From the design rule, we know that the smallest width of metal 1 layer should be equal to at least 3 lambda. So this corresponds to 3 boxes. Now let's create an N-well. The minimum cross section area of N-well must be at least 144 lambda square. Now we add P plus diffusion layer. Okay, it says that the extra N-well surrounding the P diffusion is less than 6 lambda, so we try to move it a little bit lower. So we have made two transistors over here. Now we connect their source terminals to the VDD rail, adding the metal 1 to P diffusion contact from here. So this says that the separation between a contact edge and polysilicon must be at least 2 lambda. So we try to modify this part and make it a bigger so that we can accommodate these roles easily. So here we have completed the pull-up network. This is polysilicon, and let us discuss some design rules. The minimum extension of poly beyond the P diffusion must be at least 3 lambda. Similarly, the minimum extension of N well on all sides around P diffusion must be at least 6 lambda. The minimum size of contact is 2 lambda by 2 lambda, and the minimum separation between the edge of contact and polysilicon must be at least 2 lambda. Similarly, the minimum separation between two contacts must be at least 4 lambda. So these are all rules which we need to satisfy in order to make an optimized layout. So this is the pull-up network. Here we have merged the drain terminals of two PMOS transistors. Now you might be wondering why we have put multiple contacts over here, and answer to this question is that the contact and via sizes are usually fixed for a particular technology and fabrication process. So every via or contact has a definite dimension. For example, in this case we have metal 1 to P diffusion contact which has dimension of 2 by 2 lambda. So it has got a certain fixed resistance. Now whenever we want to connect this to a supply rail, obviously we would be having more current. So whenever we want to support larger magnitude of current, we must be having a smaller resistance. So placing multiple contacts at any point results in a smaller equivalent resistance, because the resistances of individual contacts are now in parallel to each other, and this has effect of decreasing the overall resistance. As a result, more current can flow from the VDD rail to the source terminal of the transistor. So let's complete the remaining part of this NAND gate. So this is the complete layout of a 2-input NAND gate. Now let's simulate it. Okay, we must connect the N well to VDD and P substrate to ground. So here we can see that when one of the input is 1, the output is always 1. Let's modify it, the test bench, and verify other input output combinations. So here we can see that whenever both input A and B are 1, the output is equal to 0. So this corresponds to correct functionality of a NAND gate. Now we have made this NAND gate. The next step is to complete the half adder. From our basic understanding of digital logic design, we can verify that a half adder circuit can be implemented using CMOS NAND gates only, which are connected in a manner as shown in this slide. So we can reuse the NAND gate layout which we have just made and connect multiple NAND gates together to make the half adder circuit. So let's get back to the tool and complete the layout. As we can see from this figure that a half adder is composed of 5 NAND gates. So we can replicate this NAND gate layout 5 times and then we can connect them to complete the half adder circuit. So let's do it. Select copy from the menu. Now as we can place all PMOS transistor in the same N well, so we can extend this N well and make it wider. So we have extended the N well and it is satisfying the design rule checks. Now let's consider that this NAND gate is this one in the layout. So its one input is connected to the primary input A, whereas the other input is connected to the output of previous gate. So we need to extend this input A of the first gate and connect it to the input of the second gate. So let's connect it. Now we have connected this gate, its input is connected to the primary input A like this, and its other input is connected to the output of previous gate. So other input is connected to the output of previous gate. Here we have put metal to poly contact. Now we have to connect this gate, its one input is connected to the output of this gate, so we have to extend this poly from here to here, whereas the other input is connected to the input. So let's connect them. Now we have also connected this gate. So this is the sum node. We delete redundant output nodes from here. So we have completed this part. Now the carry is equal to A and B. So the output, which is NAND of A, B of first gate, is connected to the both input of this gate. So let's connect it. Again put metal to poly contact over here and select poly. And this is the carry node. So the minimum spacing between two metal must be at least 4 lambda. So we correct it. So this is the complete layout. Here we have placed a contact from metal 1 to poly to connect it to the fifth gate, and now you can easily observe all the polarities. We have a VDD rail, VSS or ground rail, then we have A and B, the output, sum and carry. So let's simulate it. Now here we can verify that when inputs A and B both are 0, then carry is 0, sum is 0. When A is 0, B is 1, then carry is 0, sum is 1. Similarly, when A is 1, B is 0, then carry is 0, sum is 1. And when both inputs are 1, then carry is 1 and sum is 0. So this corresponds to the correct functionality of a half adder. This concludes our lab, and you can try it at your home. We will see you in the next video.